Well, I've got the feedback, and folks don't like a lot of the background music and stuff. Even though a lot of that time is just dead time, and some of the editing. I don't know. Anyway, so here's in the raw with no. I don't think I'm gonna do too much editing. I'll just kind of let it go. So you'll get to hear and see what it was like by request. Margaret, here's Darrow. John 316 just got me working. Guy's got a rig in, so we fixing to head out. But it's a beautiful, look at that sky. It's just crazy. Crazy cool. Seeing some beautiful sights. Look at that. That is really neat. A really neat sky. I mean, come on. I get giddy. That stuff makes me giddy. That's just really cool. That's really cool. We get some cool scenery. I'll pull the shades up. We can get rolling now. Here, just above Brangier, they call it a pumpkin patch, pumpkin bazaar. Donaldsonville, all that. That's where we're at. Looking at the park. Look at that. When I start backing out, that's everything moving down here. But you see all those targets. And we're right in the middle of this beehive, fixing to back out. We're right here, top side of Brangier. We're gonna go down here, but we got northbounders, Joyce L backing around the turns, one coming down. There's not a lot of big stuff. I mean, and I've got a spike out there. We gotta get down there below the bridge, so we're not gonna get no stupid steers. I'm just gonna flank all around the turns. Now Joyce L's gonna flank out. He's going to flank out also, or flank all the way down there. So we're not in any hurry. There's not any major traffic coming down behind us that we're going to get in anybody's way. And there's a few little boats that are working in between, and that'll get some of these northbounders up also. You know, working with everybody, kind of working together. You know, everybody working together. But see, it's one of those deals that save a lot of rearranging, to save a lot of time. We got a spike load out there, but the thing of it is, it's loaded pretty even, so they got a good company. They got quite a bit of stuff, secured on it, wires secured on it, so it's safe. And I'm just gonna flank around these turns.
Yes, sir. The gentleman working is David Search right here above CF Industries.
Anyway.
I have one post going from him back to Dow.
And see, they run traffic. You check in the traffic. We all do talk. The boats talk to each other up here still. We've got to communicate with each other on what's going on. But also, Coast Guard has they have a channel that they monitor. And they're watching all this stuff on chart. They see what's going on. They're watching, but they kind of coordinate it to where there's not any problem. I mean, we still set up our meeting agreements.
All right, thank you.
It's just a really congested and it's an area that's it's pretty treacherous. You got 81 up here, 81 Mile Point, real tight turn. You've got a tight turn here. And there's a lot of docks and traffic in this area. So, not so much in here anymore. Donaldsonville's not as, used to be ACBL fleets over there. But anyway, that's kind of,
Robert Bird.
we've dropped a lot of our tows, so we're just down to 17 barges. We've already dropped a majority of our tow. Almost half of our tow we've already dropped. So it's not. I mean, I'm not even backing hard. I'm backing up the river, and it's fairly slick. It's weird. We've got this water coming down, and I was noticing some of these turns getting real slick in areas, but then right above Baton Rouge from Cajun Power on down, I ran that stretch, and it was really it wasn't bad at all. We've got the water was up, so we could run. Cut these bars. We had room to work because we had more water. Is that a southbounder up there? Anyway,
southbound Burnside Terminal. You're coming out on Sunshine Bridge with a full load. Get a video.
what is that?
KLC southbound, you will be starting around 50 miles.
I gotta pay attention to that. You can get around this turn. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing.
KLC bound.
Oh, I think that's the northbound I'm looking at up there. Okay. See, I mean, even using all this stuff, I'm still need to get visuals on roads. And a lot of times you've got so much clutter on these. Don't get me wrong, it's very valuable. It's a very valuable tool, but I mean, look at it. It's, I mean, there's a lot of clutter, a lot of lines, a lot of crazy. When I say a lot of clutter, anybody that doesn't know anything about that just sees there's a lot of stuff right there. Well, a lot of those are predicting lines, and I can close them out. You can shut them off, but when we're running, they're kind of helpful too. And then there's some tracks. That's a track of a boat that went around there. That DLC running out ahead of us. But anyway, I'm just kind of letting everything, clear out, finding my spot here in the middle where I'm set up.
Deeper southbound, Weber heading down toward St. Albans.
I'm not looking to blow the cobwebs out today. I mean, there's not the need. We've got a barge out there that's it's wired in good, but it's spiked. In other words, it's
southbound, Bow College Point.
you don't need to be working real hard on it. But if we were going any further, if we had to go on down the river, that's not some ideal. It's not an ideal. Tow. The way the configuration isn't ideal, but we can safely get it as far as we need to without having to cause any major problems. Riley Elizabeth, Merlin Banner. Riley Elizabeth, I'm just getting in the way. I'm just backing out slow right here above Brangier, fixing to ease down. I'm gonna flank around the turn slow. But there's one going down ahead of me. When you see him clear, you can probably have room 2 whistle.
Yep, that sounds good. 2 whistles. Coming out, Alex D.
Alex D, Bo, swinging a point now. I'll be on the one with you.
See you on the one. Thank you, brother.
Merlin Banner, he's back. He's been up the river. He's been back down. He's been, that dude had. I think it was the guy that backed in above Memphis on it. Anyway, I'm not doing it. Takes a little while. I mean, I'm not working real hard. I'm working low RPMs. Number one, I don't have to, but that's what I was getting at is we don't want to work this tow too hard. And we've got drops.
Yes, there's a minus outbound. New course
right down the corner, so it's one of them things that we kind of
Liberty more than anything.
It's one of them things that we kind of are willing to trade a really secure tow that we're driving hard on and coming down the river to something that we don't have to drive as hard. We can just kind of ease it down the river, and it is together. I trust it. If I needed to drive it on around there, I probably, I've got that option. But it's probably, we're just going to baby it. We'll ease it down there to our next stop, and then we'll drop some out there. And like I say, under the conditions and the tow size and the traffic and all that kind of dictate that decision. I'm just I've got her knuckled in gear. See, I got the stern coming out a little bit like that, so I'm kind of letting it all kind of work. There's a little water coming down, this way because we're going south. But I'm just dead stock in the river almost, just starting to pick up a little headway, which is the idea. Once I kind of got out here a little wide, let the current kind of carry me on down, and that's the whole plan. I'm going to kind of float around that turn, and then I'm just going to let it float around here, and then float around there, and then I'll drive on down to 164. Anyway. The reason I do a lot of the music that I edit out a lot of stuff. I do a lot of editing. I try to edit these things so it's not real boring. But also I get some of the footage and it's either wind or I may say something that I really don't want posted or not. Usually it's just me not saying much of anything. And you see my hand movements. That's habit. A lot of people said they don't like my hand movements, but it's kind of telling you, I'm trying to widen out. River's going that way. We're going to get that way. That was basically the hand movements I was using. But I really was I'm also trying to drive. Look at that. But look at this beautiful. Look at that. It's really unbelievable. Really unbelievable. And you get to hear all the radio the radio goes solid. So down here I do turn I don't get as much audio down here. I do sometimes if I'm trying to emphasize the nuttiness that goes on. But what's weird is you run down here. There are guys that run down here. This is where they stay. I enjoy coming down here now and again, but after about a week down in the hole and just nonstop radio chatter, even if you're not doing anything, you still have to listen out, for fleet channels or, this and that. And see, I'm just cruising. She's kind of floating out for me for this turn. I got her coming out, everything, nothing really. I'm gonna just kind of stay in here close, but I'm not coming to the bank. It's actually widening out. So, kind of get around. And the Banner boat down below is we agreed to meet on the 2, so he's gonna come around and turn and he'll go out that way and I'll drop down here and flank. But see, I just got her knuckled in. Oh, this girl sounds so good. Yeah. She really does. I know it's a combination of she sounds good. Those motors, you can get them. I get the RPM set the same where they sync up in those turbos go to syncing up and screaming at the same decibel level, and it's just it's loud, but there's something neat about it. There's something neat about having 6,000. Look, I can't help it. I do gotta play a little bit. That's just me playing, just so you can see, feel it, and see it. I didn't need to do all that. I didn't need to do all that. I really didn't. It helped get my speed up a little quicker. But that's fine. That just is inconsiderate. Waking folks up like that, ain't it? Ain't it, Kelso? I said that's inconsiderate.
What's inconsiderate?
Me just revving the engines up just to play. Waking folks up. We ain't